Hey everyone, this is Ken with KenLends.com bringing you part 2 of the free video series, How to Run Your Free Credit Report. If you haven't seen step 1, go ahead and stop right here, click the link below, and watch step 1 in its entirety, and then come back here to step 2 and follow along. So just to recap, step 1 is simply run your credit report for free. The way you do that is you can check the government website ftc.gov, that's the Federal Trade Commission. They have one site that they endorse. It's called annualcreditreports.com. That is the only site that is entirely free to run your credit report. The other sites that you might have heard about online or on TV or on the radio, those are not free. At some point they will be charging you. There's only one site that's free. It's in video number 1. Go ahead and watch that. And then the second part would be that every 4 months you'd want to run a credit report. You want to run one bureau at a time, space that out over 4 months because there's 3 bureaus, and that way you get a free report every 4 months. The purpose being you want to check to see if there's anything that has popped up on your credit report that might be inaccurate or just not yours at all. And if it is, then you want to try to have it removed. That's the purpose of step 2 here, is trying to get items removed from your credit or disputed. Two major reasons why something is wrong on your credit report. The first would be it's simply not yours. It isn't yours at all. You look at your credit report and that item you don't recognize whatsoever and you want to get that removed. That could simply be you live on a familiar address, Elm Street, or the person that inputted the information was off by 1 digit on your social security number and therefore it's on your credit report. Or it could be you have a common name, John Smith. If you pull a credit report for John Smith, there's probably going to be a few items on his report that are not his. So these are the reasons why something gets put on your credit that's incorrect. So that would be the first one, would be you want to get something removed that you know is not yours or you think is not yours. So you want to go ahead and petition the credit bureaus to get that removed. I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a minute. And the second most common would be that the account is yours, but it's not reporting correctly. So for instance, let's say that you had a car loan that is completely paid off and you find the report shows that you had a 30-day late, 60-day late, 90-day late, whatever it may be, but you know you were never late. So obviously you know the account's yours, but it's not reporting correctly. So there is a way to get that fixed as well. How would you go about getting that fixed? Well, you could download my free guide. It's going to be right here below. And if you go to page 2, it's going to show you. By the way, that's a really good score. It's going to show you, hey, you need to contact the 3 credit bureaus. You need to provide them letters as well as a copy of the credit report that shows the error. And you need to explain what you'd like to have done. That can be daunting. So if you don't want to go down that road, I don't blame you. I'm here to help for free. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go through a couple of examples of the most common types of problems that are on credit reports that I just mentioned. One would be the item's definitely not yours. I'm going to show you how you would go about getting that removed. And then the second item, the item is yours, but you know it's reporting incorrectly. I've got one for that as well. So go ahead and we're going to stop right here, take a look at these few examples that I have through some slideshows with explanations, and then we're going to wrap up here in just a minute. So keep watching. Okay, this is for illustration purposes only. Here's a sample credit report. You can see the red arrows actually represent a late payment for a client that I recently had, but we're just really going to identify the one account on top with Ford Motor Credit. That'll be sufficient for our 2 examples that I wanted to review with you. So the first one obviously would be the situation where the account was never yours, you don't recognize the account, and you want to have it removed. So we're simply going to identify the account here highlighted, and then what you're going to want to do is go through the process to dispute this. Once again, this account is not yours. What would you do? You'd first look here on the credit report to see which credit bureaus are reporting this. In this particular case, all 3 credit bureaus are reporting this, so you'd have to send letters to all 3 credit bureaus. If there were only 2 credit bureaus showing, you don't have to furnish letters to 2. In this case, there's 3 reporting, so you have to send them off to all 3. And that was the address for all 3 credit bureaus. Remember, you're going to need to send a letter off to each one. And here is the sample letter that you should use, which will be linked below this video. So you simply want to put in here which bureau you're going to send it to. In this case, this is Experian, and you can see here the letter says the loan with Ford Motor Credit, it's inaccurate. It was never my account. Please remove it. You can see that highlighted there. That's all you simply need to do. But remember, this one is being reported by all three bureaus, so you're going to need to send a similar letter to TransUnion and Equifax. And never send originals. Send copies only. So that's how you try to fix an account that is not your account. The other situation was it is your account, but there's a reporting error. So we're going to go over that because the letter is a little bit different. We're going to assume the same account. So let's assume you had an account with Ford Motor Credit. There's a late payment showing, but you've never been late in this particular case. Whatever the reason is, if there's something that's not correct, all you simply are requesting is to make it accurate. And in this particular case, once again, it's reporting with all three credit bureaus, so you're going to need to send the letter to all three bureaus. So you can see once again, this is going to Experian. The letter is stating that you've never had a 30-day late and you'd like to have it removed because it's inaccurate. Okay, so now you've seen the two types of errors that are the most common. Once again, one would be the type that it's completely wrong and you want to have it removed, and then the second type would be it's definitely your account, but there's an error in the reporting. Either case, I showed you how basically we're going to go about getting it fixed. Now I'm going to show you one last step, and that's how to package everything up to have it sent off to the bureaus through the mail. So we're going to go through that one last step. You're going to see that quick video. Then we're going to wrap up. As you see here, you're going to want to sign your letter. In addition to that, you're going to want to put in page 1 of the credit report because that has your name, address, and social security number. You're going to want to add the page of the credit report that has the account that you want to dispute and highlight that account. And then you simply are going to want to put that in an envelope. So send all 3 pages. Obviously, you're going to want to fold those 3 pages up, stuff them in the envelope, and then send them in the mail. You could send them certified mail if you like. If you need to send it off to all 3 credit bureaus, make sure you do that. These are the other 2 credit bureaus. You're going to follow the same procedure. And then lastly, it's going to take anywhere from 30 to 60 days to get a response on whether or not it's going to be removed. And then you'd be done. Thanks for watching my 2-part video series, how to run your credit for free, and then basically how to get items removed from your credit for free with my help. Now there is a few unusual scenarios regarding credit reports that might not have been covered here because I only wanted to go over the most common ones. If you feel you've got something that requires some additional help, I've seen those types of scenarios too. I just didn't want to get too detailed in individual scenarios that don't really apply to the masses. If you feel you've got one of those scenarios, I am still here to help, and most likely I have come across that type of error. So I'm here to help, and I will help you for free. You just simply need to contact me. And also, I am on social media. I have all my social media that will be listed at the end of this video. You can contact me through social media. You can also follow me or share it with your friends. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can always call me on the phone, text me, or email me. So thanks for watching. I do have another great video that's going to save you well over $1,000 a year. So come back soon, fire off any questions that you have for me, and thanks for watching.